Diego Lopes vs. Silva, Numerology Prediction and Breakdown. At UFC Fight Night on September 13, 2025, featherweight finishers clash as the dangerous Diego Lopes takes on the relentless Silva. On a universal day for the energy of 4 is hard work, stability, and process, but the underlying 13 can signal a sudden transformation or upset. The energy emphasizes building a solid foundation, discipline, and execution. However, the master number 13 vibration introduces a karmic element of sudden change and unexpected outcomes. Fighters whose internal numbers align with this disciplined yet transformative energy will thrive. Will Lopes' slick grappling and power carry the day, or will Silva's relentless pressure and will create a stunning upset? Diego Lopes, record 26-7. Born on December 30th, fighting out of Brasilia, Brazil, Lopes stands 5 feet 11 inches with a 72-inch reach, a dynamic finisher with explosive submissions and knockout power. Strengths: elite Brazilian jiu-jitsu, aggressive submission hunting, improved and powerful striking, incredibly opportunistic. Weaknesses: can be overly aggressive, leaving openings. Willingness to brawl can lead to damage. Takedown accuracy can be inconsistent. Numerology edge: Lopes' energy is a fascinating blend of creative expression, driver 3, and deep, technical analysis, name 7. His life path 11 places him under a bright light, meant to inspire and perform at the highest level when the pressure is on. His personal year 5 brings a desire for freedom, change, and explosive action, which perfectly suits his finishing style. However, PY5 can also be scattered and unpredictable. The disciplined universal day 4 energy conflicts with his creative, changeable vibes, but the underlying day 13 transformation energy is perfectly suited for his opportunistic, fight-ending style. Path to victory: Lopes must use his creative aggression to push a high pace and create chaotic scrambles where his technical prowess and instinct can take over, leading to a finish. Silva, record 16-2. Born on December 27, 1996, fighting out of Sao Paulo, Brazil, Silva stands 5 feet 8 inches with a 70-inch reach, a tenacious, pressure-filled wrestler with relentless cardio and will. Strengths: relentless pressure and cardio, strong wrestling and grappling top game, durable and never-say-die attitude, excellent at grinding down opponents. Weaknesses: limited offensive striking power, can be outworked by more explosive athletes, sometimes too straightforward in approach. Numerology edge: Silva is a powerful blend of a finisher, driver 9, a self-starter, life path 1, and an achiever, name 8. This powerful, achievement-oriented profile, 1/8/9, aligns very well with the universal day for energy of hard work, building a legacy, and disciplined execution. The underlying day 13 energy can signal that this culmination is a sudden and transformative moment for him. Path to victory: Silva needs to use his assertive will to pressure forward, use his grinding style to implement hard work, and make the fight a grueling, draining affair to capitalize on his PY9 finishing energy. Final prediction: creative chaos versus disciplined grind. Universal Day 4's energy favors the fighter who can implement a disciplined, grinding game plan. Silva's numerological profile is tailor-made for this. While Lopes has the tools to create a sudden finish, the day's vibration supports Silva's methodical approach. I'm expecting Silva to win by decision. His relentless pressure, wrestling, and top control will be ceaseless for 3 rounds. He will neutralize Lopes' explosive creativity by closing the distance, smothering his offense, and winning the rounds with control and pressure, leading to a clear victory on the scorecards. Rob Font vs. David Martinez, Numerology Prediction and Breakdown. Bantamweight contenders clash as the veteran technician Rob Font takes on the powerful prospect David Martinez. On a universal day 4, the energy emphasizes building a solid foundation, discipline, and execution. However, the master number 13 vibration introduces a karmic element of sudden change and unexpected outcomes. Fighters whose internal numbers align with this disciplined yet transformative energy will thrive. Will Font's elite experience and jab carry the day, or will Martinez's explosive power create a highlight reel finish? Rob Font, record 22-8. Born on June 25th, fighting out of Boston, Massachusetts, Font stands 5 feet 8 inches with a 71.5-inch reach, an elite boxer with a punishing jab and high-volume striking. Strengths: one of the best jabs in the UFC. High-volume, technical striking. Proven durability and cardio. Experience against elite competition. Weaknesses: can be susceptible to body shots. Recent performances show potential decline. Tends to fade under relentless pressure. Numerology edge: Font's energy is that of a technical master driver 7 under a bright light of life path 11. His name number 3 makes him an exciting fan-friendly fighter. His personal year 4 is a powerful year of reaping rewards, achievement, and claiming power. This suggests a highly motivated font seeking to re-establish himself. However, the pressure can be immense, feeling like a now or never moment. Path to victory. Font must use his technical precision of driver 7 to maintain distance and build points with his jab, treating each round as a brick in his foundation. He must avoid the brawl and manage the pressure of the moment. David Martinez, record, 12-1. Born on August 3rd, fighting out of Chicago, Illinois, Martinez stands 5 feet 8 inches with a 70-inch reach, an explosive, powerful striker with fight-ending ability in both hands. Strengths: devastating one-punch knockout power, aggressive offensive mindset, youthful speed and recovery, momentum and hunger. Weaknesses: untested at the highest level, defensive grappling questions, can be overly reliant on power. Numerology edge: Martinez is a dynamic force. His driver 3 and personal year 2 give him a double dose of creative, expressive, and confident energy, perfect for a knockout artist seeking the spotlight. His life path 11 indicates this is a moment where he is meant to step into a higher level of performance, often catalyzed by intense pressure. His name number 5 makes him adaptable and unpredictable. Path to victory. Martinez must embrace the pressure and use his explosive creativity to close the distance and land his powerful shots. He must avoid a technical point-fighting match and force the chaotic, transformative moment. Final prediction: process versus transformation. Universal Day 4's energy favors Font's process, but the dominant, karmic vibration of the day is the number 13, which signals a sudden end and transformation. Martinez's numerological profile is perfectly designed to be the agent of that change. I'm expecting David Martinez to win by KO/TKO. His explosive power and creative offense will eventually break through Font's technical defense. The pressure of the moment and the transformative energy of the day will culminate in a fight-ending sequence, announcing Martinez as a new contender. David Martinez, 60%. Rob Font, 40%. Rafa Garcia versus Jared Gordon, numerology prediction and breakdown. At UFC Noche, lightweight veterans clash as the tenacious Rafa Garcia takes on the durable Jared Gordon. On a Universal Day 4, the energy emphasizes building a solid foundation, discipline, and execution. However, the master number 13 vibration introduces a karmic element of sudden change and unexpected outcomes. Fighters whose internal numbers align with this disciplined yet transformative energy will thrive. Will Garcia's grinding pressure prove too much, or will Gordon's experience and boxing technique carry him to victory? Rafa Garcia, record, 17-4. Born on August 5th, fighting out of Mexicali, Mexico, Garcia stands 5 feet 7 inches with a 70-inch reach, a tenacious wrestler with relentless pressure and solid cardio. Strengths: relentless pressure and wrestling, strong top control and ground and pound, durable and never say die attitude, excellent at grinding down opponents. Weaknesses: limited offensive striking power, can be outpointed by more technical strikers, sometimes predictable in his approach. Numerology edge: Garcia's energy is powerful but scattered for this day. His life path 33 is a rare master-teacher number, indicating a fighter who leads by example with heart. However, his driver 5 and personal year 4 give him a dose of adaptability and a desire for freedom, which can work against the disciplined, focused energy required by Universal Day 4. His name number 4 provides a grounding discipline, but it is challenged by the more dominant 5 energy. This creates a conflict between his need for structured pressure and his desire for adaptive movement. Path to victory. Garcia must suppress his unpredictable 5 energy and strictly adhere to the disciplined, grinding game plan his name number 4 provides. He cannot afford to be drawn into a scattered or overly creative fight. Jared Gordon, record, 21-7. Born on September 6th, fighting out of New York City, New York, Gordon stands 5 feet 9 inches with a 68-inch reach, a durable, technical boxer with solid wrestling and veteran savvy. Strengths: technical, high-volume boxing, solid defensive and offensive grappling, veteran experience against elite competition, proven durability and heart. Weaknesses: can be drawn into brawls, sometimes start slowly, can be out-wrestled by elite grapplers. Numerology edge: Gordon's energy is in near-perfect alignment. His driver number 6 and personal year 6 create a powerful resonance, doubling down on themes of responsibility, duty, and the pursuit of harmony and balance. This is a supremely focused and stable vibration. His name number 3 provides the charisma and expressive skill to execute offensively. This focused, responsible energy, 6/6, is in direct and harmonious alignment with the disciplined, process-oriented energy of Universal Day 4. He is poised to execute a responsible and effective game plan. Path to victory. Gordon must lean into his double six energy of responsibility and balance. He needs to use his technical boxing to create order and harmony, using his adaptability to avoid Garcia's pressure, stay off the cage, and win the exchanges in the center. Final prediction: alignment versus conflict. Universal Day 4's energy favors the fighter with the most disciplined and focused game plan. Gordon's numerological profile is not just aligned, it is amplified. Garcia's energies are in conflict, making his task much more difficult. I'm expecting Jared Gordon to win by late KO. His responsible and focused energy will allow him to execute a technically sound game plan. He will use his footwork and boxing to maintain distance, stuff takedowns, and piece up Garcia on the feet for the majority of the fight, winning a clear decision based on effective striking and control of the octagon. Jared Gordon 70%. Rafa Garcia 30%. Kelvin Gastelum vs. Dustin Stoltzfus, numerology prediction and breakdown. At UFC Noche, middleweight veterans clash as the powerful Kelvin Gastelum takes on the durable Dustin Stoltzfus. On a Universal Day, for the energy emphasizes building a solid foundation, discipline, and execution. However, the Master number 13 vibration introduces a karmic element of sudden change and unexpected outcomes. Fighters whose internal numbers align with this disciplined yet transformative energy will thrive. Will Gastelum's explosive power and experience be the difference, or will Stoltzfus's grinding pressure and resilience wear down the former title challenger? Kelvin Gastelum, record 20-10. Born on October 24th, fighting out of Yuma, Arizona, Gastelum stands 5 feet 9 inches with a 71-inch reach, a powerful, explosive southpaw with heavy hands and solid wrestling. Strengths: heavy hands and legitimate one-punch power. Solid wrestling and grappling credentials. Veteran experience against the highest level of competition. Durable and possesses a strong chin. Weaknesses: inconsistent performances and weight management. Can be overly reliant on his boxing. Sometimes struggles with pace and volume. Numerology edge. Gastelum's energy is a mix of responsibility, driver 6, and a finishing instinct, life path 9. His name number 7 gives him a deep analytical and technical side, which he applies to his boxing. This desire for freedom clashes directly with the disciplined, responsible, and process-oriented energy of Universal Day 4. Path to victory. Gastelum must fight against his tendency toward inconsistency. He needs to use his technical analysis to execute a disciplined game plan, and his power to find a finish early, before his focus wanes. Dustin Stoltzfus, record 16-7. Born on November 15th, fighting out of Reading, Pennsylvania, Stoltzfus stands 6 feet 1 inch with a 74-inch reach, a durable, grinding grappler with relentless pressure and solid cardio. Strengths: relentless pressure and cardio. Strong wrestling and grappling top game. Durable and never-say-die attitude. Significant height and reach advantage. Weaknesses: limited offensive striking power. Can be outworked by more explosive athletes. Sometimes too straightforward in approach. Numerology edge. Stoltzfus's energy is powerfully aligned. His driver number 6 and personal year 8 create a potent resonance, doubling down on themes of responsibility, duty, stability, and hard work. This is further fueled by his ambitious and achievement-oriented name number 8 and his assertive, self-reliant life path 1. This combination of disciplined responsibility 6 and powerful ambition 1 is in perfect and harmonious alignment with the disciplined, process-oriented, and hard work energy of Universal Day 4. He is built to grind and execute a simple, effective game plan. Path to victory. Stoltzfus needs to use his double 6 energy of responsibility and hard work to pressure forward relentlessly. He must use his wrestling to implement his ambitious will, making the fight a grueling, draining affair against the cage and on the mat. Final prediction: inconsistency versus disciplined ambition. Universal Day 4's energy favors the fighter with the most disciplined, responsible, and hardest working game plan. Stoltzfus's numerological profile is not just aligned, it is engineered for this exact type of battle. Gastelum's energies work against him. I'm expecting Dustin Stoltzfus to win by unanimous decision. His responsible and focused energy will allow him to execute a grinding game plan perfectly. He will use his pressure, wrestling, and top control to neutralize Gastelum's power for the majority of the fight, winning a clear decision based on control time and effective grappling. Dustin Stoltzfus 70%. Kelvin Gastelum 30%. Alexander Hernandez vs. Diego Ferreira, numerology prediction and breakdown. At Noche, UFC lightweight veterans clash as the explosive Alexander Hernandez takes on the durable grappler Diego Ferreira. On a Universal Day, 4 fighters whose internal numbers align with this disciplined yet transformative energy will thrive. Will Hernandez's speed and power carry the day, or will Ferreira's experience and grappling control prevail? Alexander Hernandez, record 17-8. Born on January 1st, fighting out of San Antonio, Texas, Hernandez stands 5 feet 9 inches with a 72-inch reach, an explosive, athletic striker with powerful hands and solid wrestling. Strengths: explosive speed and power, aggressive offensive mindset, solid wrestling and takedown defense, good athleticism and footwork. Weaknesses: can be overly aggressive, leaving openings. Consistency and fight IQ have been questioned. Can struggle with veteran pressure. Numerology edge: Hernandez's energy is perfectly primed for a transformative performance. His Driver 1 and Personal Year 2 create a powerful double resonance, fueling explosive aggression, initiative, and a desire for freedom and dramatic action. While this seems to clash with a stable Day 4 energy, it is in perfect and harmonious alignment with the sudden, transformative, and karmic upset energy of the underlying universal Day 13. Path to victory: Hernandez must fully embrace his double energy of explosive action. He needs to start fast, use his power and precision to create openings, and look for a dramatic finish early, channeling the transformative energy of the day. Diego Ferreira, record 19-6. Born on January 18, 1985, fighting out of Fort Worth, Texas, Ferreira stands 5 feet 10 inches with a 74-inch reach, a durable, grinding grappler with solid jiu-jitsu and improving striking. Strengths: strong Brazilian jiu-jitsu and submissions, relentless pressure and cardio, durable and never-say-die attitude, veteran experience against elite competition. Weaknesses: limited offensive striking power, can be outworked by more explosive athletes, sometimes too straightforward in approach. Numerology edge: Ferreira's energy, while disciplined, is mismatched for the day's true nature. His life path 6 promote responsibility, duty, and harmony. On another day, this would be a strength. However, on Universal Day 13, this harmonious, stable energy is directly at odds with the demand for sudden, violent transformation. Path to victory: Ferreira must disrupt the day's energy. He needs to close the distance immediately, clinch, and drag the fight into a grinding grapple where his responsible energy can take over, avoiding a striking exchange at all costs. Final prediction: transformative violence versus vulnerable harmony. The dominant energy of the day is not the number 4, but the master number 13, which signals sudden, karmic transformation. Hernandez's numerological profile is perfectly tuned to be the vessel for this energy. Ferreira's harmony is a target for a sudden, violent shift. I'm expecting Alexander Hernandez to win by close decision. His explosive power and aggressive intent will manifest in a perfectly timed strike as Ferreira attempts to close the distance. The fight will be very close, and it will be in hands of judges, and Alexander Hernandez will be in winning side because of his life path 5, which gives him better luck. Alexander Hernandez 70%. Diego Ferreira 30%. Santiago Luna versus Kwang Lu numerology prediction and breakdown. A thrilling striker versus grappler matchup occurs as the young phenom Santiago Luna takes on the seasoned veteran Kwang Lu. On a Universal Day 4, the energy emphasizes building a solid foundation, discipline, and execution. However, the master number 13 vibration introduces a karmic element of sudden change and unexpected outcomes. Fighters whose internal numbers align with this disciplined yet transformative energy will thrive. Will Luna's youthful exuberance and power shine, or will Lee's veteran experience and grappling control prevail? Santiago Luna, record 6-0. Born on August 6th, fighting out of Madrid, Spain, Luna stands 5 feet 9 inches with a 70-inch reach, a dynamic, powerful striker with explosive knockout ability. Strengths: devastating one-punch knockout power, aggressive and confident offensive mindset, youthful speed and recovery, unblemished record and momentum. Weaknesses: untested against high-level competition, defensive grappling largely unknown, can be overly reliant on athleticism. Numerology edge: Luna's energy is a complex mix. His Driver 6 and Life Path 2 make him naturally responsible, cooperative, and a team player. This contrasts sharply with the lone wolf image of a knockout artist. His name number 5 gives him a thirst for freedom and excitement. This introspective energy clashes violently with the Universal Day 4's demand for decisive action and the explosive potential of the Day 13 energy. Path to victory: Luna must fight against his PY7 tendency to overanalyze and his natural cooperative energy, LP2. He needs to embrace the freedom of his name 5 and unleash his athleticism and power early, seeking a quick finish before doubt creeps in. Kwang Lu, record 9-2. Born on October 18, 1991, fighting out of San Jose, California, Lu stands 5 feet 7 inches with a 68-inch reach, a durable, grinding grappler with relentless pressure and solid cardio. Strengths: relentless pressure and wrestling, strong top control and ground and pound, durable chin and veteran experience, excellent at game planning and imposing will. Weaknesses: limited offensive striking power, can be outworked by more athletic fighters, sometimes predictable in his entries. Numerology edge. Lu is a blend of a creative performer, life path 3, and a technical analyst, name 7. His driver 9 gives him a strong instinct to finish fights. His personal year 1 is powerfully significant. It is a year of beginning, new opportunities, and culmination. This suggests this fight is a major career milestone. This energy aligns perfectly with the Universal Day 4's focus on building a legacy through hard work and the transformative, finale, energy of the underlying Day 13. He is here to complete a task. Path to victory. Lu needs to use his technical analysis to execute a disciplined game plan. He must use his pressure to negate Luna's freedom, drag the fight into deep waters, and capitalize on his energy to secure a culminating victory. Final prediction: hesitation versus culmination. Universal Day 4's energy heavily favors the fighter with a disciplined, process-oriented game plan. Li's numerological profile, especially his culminating, is perfectly designed for this. Luna's energies are conflicted and work against him. I'm expecting Quan Lu to win by late submission. His relentless pressure and veteran experience will grind down the young prospect. He will weather early storms, implement his grappling, and find a submission in the later rounds as Luna fades under the constant pressure, culminating in a classic veteran victory. Quan Lu 70%. Santiago Luna 30%. Jose Daniel Medina vs. Dusko Todorovic, numerology prediction and breakdown. At UFC Noche, middleweight strikers clash as the dynamic Jose Daniel Medina takes on the powerful Dusko Todorovic. Fighters whose internal numbers align with this disciplined yet transformative energy will thrive. Will Medina's speed and volume overwhelm the opposition, or will Todorovic's raw power and aggression secure another highlight reel finish? Jose Daniel Medina, record 11-5. Born on May 17th, fighting out of Mexico City, Mexico, Medina stands 6 feet 0 inches with a 74-inch reach, a dynamic, high-volume striker with slick movement and solid power. Strengths: high volume, technical striking, excellent footwork and evasiveness, solid takedown defense, good cardio and pace. Weaknesses: can be overly reliant on movement, untested against elite power punchers, can be drawn into brawls. Numerology edge. Medina's energy is a blend of ambition, driver 8, and responsibility, life path 6. His name number 7 makes him a technical and analytical striker who seeks the perfect shot. However, his personal year 5 brings a strong desire for change, freedom, and adaptability, which can lead to a lack of focus and inconsistent output. This craving for freedom and movement directly conflicts with the disciplined, stable, and process-oriented energy of Universal Day 4, potentially making his style seem scattered and ineffective. Path to victory. Medina must use his technical analysis, name 7, to execute a disciplined game plan, using his movement to create angles without disengaging completely. He must resist the PY5 urge to be overly flashy and focus on a responsible, high-volume attack. Dusko Todorovic, record 12-6. Born on May 19th, fighting out of Belgrade, Serbia, Todorovic stands 6 feet 0 inches with a 74-inch reach, an aggressive, powerful brawler with fight-ending power in his hands. Strengths: devastating one-punch knockout power, aggressive and intimidating offensive mindset, solid chin and durability, strong inside the clinch. Weaknesses: defensive grappling can be exploited, can be outpointed by mobile strikers. Cardio can wane in later rounds. Numerology edge. Todorovic's energy is powerful and aligned. His driver 1 gives him a natural aggressive and assertive spirit. His life path 11 means he performs under pressure and is capable of inspirational, fight-changing moments. Most importantly, his personal year 6 focuses on responsibility, harmony, and hard work. This disciplined PY6 energy grounds his aggressive driver 1 and is in perfect and harmonious alignment with the disciplined, process-oriented energy of Universal Day 4. Path to victory. Todorovic must use his disciplined aggression, PY6/driver 1, to cut off the cage intelligently. He needs to use his pressure to negate Medina's movement, corner him, and unleash his powerful shots, life path 11, aiming for a transformative finish. Final prediction: scattered movement versus disciplined aggression. Universal Day 4's energy favors the fighter with a more disciplined, purposeful, and harder-to-deny game plan. Todorovic's numerological profile is perfectly tuned for this. Medina's energies work against the grain of the day. I'm expecting Dusko Todorovic to win by KO/TKO. His disciplined pressure, PY6, and aggressive cutting off of a cage, driver 1, will eventually trap Medina against the fence. Once there, his fight-ending power, life path 11, will manifest in a violent knockout, aligning with the transformative energy of the underlying Day 13. Dusko Todorovic, 75%. Jose Daniel Medina, 25%. Claudio Puelles vs. Joaquim Silva, Numerology Prediction and Breakdown. At UFC Fight Night on September 13, 2025, lightweight grapplers clash as the submission artist Claudio Puelles takes on the durable veteran Joaquim Silva. On a universal day, 4 fighters whose internal numbers align with this disciplined yet transformative energy will thrive. Will Puelles' slick grappling and leg lock expertise be the key to victory, or will Silva's pressure and power prove too much to handle? Claudio Puelles, record, 13-4. Born on April 21, fighting out of Lima, Peru, Puelles stands 5 feet 11 inches with a 71-inch reach, a patient and opportunistic grappler with dangerous leg locks and solid jiu-jitsu. Strengths: elite leg lock expertise and submissions, patient and calculating approach, solid defensive grappling, good at capitalizing on mistakes. Weaknesses: can be overly patient, leading to low output. Striking is a clear weakness, can be controlled by aggressive wrestlers. Numerology edge: Puelles' energy is a complex mix. His driver 3 and life path 5 give him a creative, adaptive, and free-flowing spirit, which he expresses through his unorthodox submission game. However, his personal year 7 is a year of deep analysis, introspection, and a search for technical perfection. This can lead to extreme patience, overthinking, and hesitation, a style that directly conflicts with the active, responsible, and hard work energy of Universal Day 4. His name number 6 seeks harmony, which can make him reluctant to force chaotic engagements. Path to victory: Puelles must fight against his tendency to overanalyze and wait for the perfect moment. He needs to use his creativity, driver 3, to create scrambles and opportunistically hunt for submissions without being passive. Joaquim Silva, record, 13-6. Born on February 5, 1989, fighting out of Brasilia, Brazil, Silva stands 5 feet 9 inches with a 70-inch reach, a powerful, aggressive brawler with solid wrestling and durability. Strengths: heavy hands and legitimate knockout power, aggressive offensive mindset, underrated wrestling and grappling defense, durable and possesses a strong chin. Weaknesses: can be overly aggressive, leaving openings. Output can be inconsistent, sometimes struggles with mobile opponents. Numerology edge: Silva's energy is powerfully aligned for action. His driver 5 and personal year 5 create a potent double resonance, fueling a desire for freedom, adaptability, and explosive action. This is perfectly suited to his aggressive, brawling style. His life path 7 gives him a technical and analytical side to his aggression, and his name number 8 provides a powerful ambition and desire for achievement. This combination of explosive action and ambitious drive is in strong alignment with the transformative and sudden energy of the underlying Universal Day 13. He is poised to be an agent of violent change. Path to victory: Silva must embrace his double 5 energy of explosive action. He needs to pressure forward aggressively, use his power to create openings, and look to land fight-ending shots, name 8, to achieve a decisive victory. Final prediction: hesitation versus explosive action. The Universal Day's energy favors the fighter who acts with decisive force. Silva's numerological profile is not just aligned for action, is amplified for explosive performance. Puelles' energies promote a passivity that will be exploited. I'm expecting Joaquim Silva to win by KO/TKO. His explosive and aggressive energy will allow him to pressure Puelles immediately. He will land a powerful shot early that Puelles' hesitant energy will not see coming, leading to a violent knockout that aligns with the sudden change of Day 13. Joaquim Silva 70%. Claudio Puelles 30%. Tatiana Suarez vs. Amanda Lemos, Numerology Prediction and Breakdown. At UFC Fight Night on September 13, 2025, strawweight elites clash as the undefeated wrestler Tatiana Suarez takes on the powerful striker Amanda Lemos. On a universal day, 4 fighters whose internal numbers align with this disciplined yet transformative energy will thrive. Will Suarez's relentless grappling pressure prove to be an unstoppable force, or will Lemos' devastating power create a shocking upset? Tatiana Suarez, record, 11-1. Born on December 19, fighting out of Rancho Cucamonga, California, Suarez stands 5 feet 5 inches with a 66-inch reach, an undefeated elite wrestler with smothering top control and improving striking. Strengths: elite-level wrestling and grappling, relentless pressure and cardio, smothering top control and ground and pound, undefeated mindset and confidence. Weaknesses: has dealt with significant injury layoffs. Striking, while improved, is still a secondary tool. Can be hit cleanly on the way in. Numerology edge: Suarez's energy faces a subtle conflict. While her personal year 4 aligns with the discipline of Universal Day 4, it focuses on harmony and responsibility, which can manifest as a cautious, safety-first approach. This can temper her natural aggression, driver 1. Path to victory. Suarez must fight against her tendency toward cautious harmony. She needs to use her aggressive wrestling driver 1 to pressure forward and impose her will immediately, not patiently. Amanda Lemos, record, 15-4. Born on May 22nd, fighting out of Belém, Brazil, Lemos stands 5 feet 4 inches with a 65-inch reach, a powerful, aggressive striker with devastating knockout power in both hands. Strengths. Devastating one-punch knockout power. Aggressive and intimidating offensive mindset. Solid jiu-jitsu defensively and offensively. Proven durability and heart. Weaknesses. Can be taken down and controlled. Output can be low against pressure. Can start slowly. Numerology edge. Lemos's energy is perfectly primed for an upset. Her life path 7 means she is destined for performances of inspired greatness under intense pressure. Her personal year 9 brings a powerful desire for freedom, change, and explosive action. This energy, rather than being scattered, is focused through the disciplined lens of her driver number 4, giving her explosive power a precise and practical edge. Path to victory. Lemos must embrace her role as the illuminator. She needs to use her disciplined striking to stay defensively responsible early, wait for her moment, and then unleash her explosive power to land a fight-ending strike that changes everything. Final prediction: hesitant harmony versus inspired transformation. The dominant energy of the day is not the number 4, but the master number 13, which signals sudden, karmic transformation. Lemos's numerological profile is perfectly tuned to be the vessel for this energy. Suarez's harmony is vulnerable to a sudden, violent shift. I'm expecting Amanda Lemos to win by late KO/TKO or submission. Her inspired power and explosive intent will manifest in a perfectly timed strike as Suarez attempts to close the distance. A single, transformative punch will land cleanly, leading to a stunning knockout that aligns with the sudden change of day 13. Amanda Lemos 70%. Tatiana Suarez 30%. Jesus Aguilar vs. Luis Gerlay, numerology prediction and breakdown. At UFC Fight Night on September 13, 2025, flyweight prospects clash as the dynamic Jesus Aguilar takes on the gritty Luis Gerlay. On a universal day, 4 fighters whose internal numbers align with this disciplined yet transformative energy will thrive. Will Aguilar's speed and finishing instincts shine through, or will Gerlay's pressure and experience grind out a victory? Jesus Aguilar record, 11-3. Born on March 13th, fighting out of Morelia, Mexico, Aguilar stands 5 feet 5 inches with a 67-inch reach, a fast, opportunistic finisher with slick submissions and solid power. Strengths: quick, powerful hands. Opportunistic submission game. Aggressive finisher's mentality. Solid athleticism. Weaknesses: can be overly aggressive. Defensive wrestling can be exploited. Untested in deep waters against elite pressure. Numerology edge. Aguilar's energy is a complex mix. His driver 4 gives him a disciplined, hard-working core, and his name number 9 provides a strong finishing instinct. However, his personal year 7 is a year of deep analysis, introspection, and a search for technical perfection. This can lead to hesitation, overthinking, and a lack of the spontaneous aggression that usually makes him dangerous. Path to victory. Aguilar must fight against his tendency to overanalyze. He needs to tap into his natural finishing instinct and aggressive freedom to push a fast pace and find a finish early before hesitation creeps in. Luis Gerlay record, 10-1. Born on November 16th, fighting out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, Gerlay stands 5 feet 6 inches with a 66-inch reach, a durable, grinding wrestler with relentless pressure and solid cardio. Strengths: relentless pressure and wrestling. Strong top control and ground and pound. Durable and never say die attitude. Experience against tough competition. Weaknesses: limited offensive striking power. Can be outworked by more athletic fighters. Sometimes too willing to brawl. Numerology edge. Gerlay's energy is powerfully aligned for this day. His life path 22 is the master builder, giving him the potential to execute a large-scale, dominating game plan. This is grounded by his incredibly disciplined and practical name, number 4. His driver number 7 adds a layer of technical analysis to his grinding style. This combination of masterful execution, hard work, and technical analysis is in perfect and harmonious alignment with the disciplined, process-oriented energy of Universal Day 4. Path to victory. Gerlay needs to use his master builder energy to execute a large-scale pressure game plan. He must use his wrestling to clinch and take down, and his technical analysis to control position and grind down Aguilar for a full 3 rounds. Final prediction: hesitation versus masterful execution. Universal Day 4's energy favors the fighter with the most disciplined, structured, and hardest working game plan. Gerlay's numerological profile is the perfect embodiment of this energy. Aguilar's energies promote hesitation and will be smothered. I'm expecting Luis Gurley to win by unanimous decision. His energy and disciplined approach will allow him to execute a grinding wrestling game plan perfectly. He will consistently secure takedowns, smother Aguilar on the mat, and control every round, leading to a clear victory on the scorecards built on hard work and control. Luis Gurley 75%. Jesus Aguilar 25%. Zachary Reese vs. Cedric Dumas, Numerology Prediction and Breakdown. At UFC Fight Night on September 13, 2025, middleweight prospects clash as the powerful Zachary Reese takes on the dynamic Cedric Dumas. On a universal day, four fighters whose internal numbers align with this disciplined yet transformative energy will thrive. Will Reese's raw power and aggression overwhelm Dumas, or will Dumas' creativity and movement piece together victory? Zachary Reese, record 9-2. Born on March 24th, fighting out of Houston, Texas, Reese stands 6 feet 4 inches with a 78-inch reach, an aggressive, powerful finisher with heavy hands and a strong wrestling base. Strengths: devastating one-punch knockout power, aggressive offensive mindset and pressure, solid wrestling and top control, significant size and reach advantage. Weaknesses: can be overly aggressive, leaving openings. Defensive striking can be leaky. Pace and cardio questions in later rounds. Numerology edge: Reese's energy is a powerful blend of responsibility and adaptive freedom. His personal year 6 focuses on responsibility, duty, and creating harmony through disciplined effort. This is in strong alignment with the disciplined, process-oriented energy of Universal Day 4. However, his life path 5's desire for freedom and his aggressive style must be channeled correctly through this responsible energy to avoid reckless mistakes. His name number 7 adds a layer of analysis to his power. Path to victory: Reese must use his disciplined aggression to pressure forward intelligently. He needs to use his size and power to cut off the cage without being drawn into a wild brawl and look to land fight-ending shots. Cedric Dumas, record 10-3. Born on August 6th, fighting out of Ocala, Florida, Dumas stands 6 feet 2 inches with a 80-inch reach, a creative, unorthodox striker with slick movement and solid power. Strengths: dynamic, unpredictable striking, excellent footwork and evasiveness, solid takedown defense, good creativity and fight IQ. Weaknesses: can be overly reliant on movement, can be drawn into brawls. Output can be inconsistent. Numerology edge: Dumas's energy is conflicted for this day. His driver 6 and life path 2 make him naturally responsible, cooperative, and a harmonizer. However, his personal year 5 brings a strong desire for change, freedom, movement, and unpredictability. This craving for creative expression directly conflicts with the stable, responsible, and grind-oriented energy of Universal Day 4, potentially making his style seem scattered and ineffective. His name number 8 provides ambition, but may not be enough to ground him. Path to victory: Dumas must fight against his tendency to be overly flashy and mobile. He needs to use his responsibility to maintain discipline, use his movement to create angles without running, and land precise shots. Final prediction: disciplined power versus scattered creativity. Universal Day 4's energy favors the fighter with a more disciplined, responsible, and straightforward game plan. Reese's numerological profile is well suited to channel his power effectively on this day. Dumas's energies work against the grain of the day. I'm expecting Zachary Reese to win by KO/TKO. His responsible and focused aggression will allow him to cut off the cage effectively. He will quickly corner the evasive Dumas and land a powerful, fight-ending combination that his opponent's scattered energy will not see coming. Zachary Reese 70%. Cedric Dumas 30%. Alessandro Costa vs. Alden Correa, Numerology Prediction and Breakdown. At Noche UFC, flyweight prospects clash as the powerful Alessandro Costa takes on the dynamic Alden Correa. On a universal day, 4 fighters whose internal numbers align with this disciplined yet transformative energy will thrive. Will Costa's pressure and power overwhelm Correa, or will Correa's speed and volume piece together victory? Alessandro Costa, record 14-4. Born on January 28th, fighting out of Manaus, Brazil, Costa stands 5 feet 5 inches with a 67-inch reach, a powerful, aggressive pressure fighter with heavy hands and solid wrestling. Strengths: heavy hands and legitimate knockout power, aggressive pressure and forward movement, solid wrestling and grappling defense, good chin and durability. Weaknesses: can be hit cleanly while pressuring. Output can be inconsistent. Sometimes struggles with mobile opponents. Numerology edge: Costa's energy is powerful but high risk for this day. His driver 1 and personal year 2 create a volatile combination of explosive aggression and a desire for dramatic, sudden action. While this aligns with the transformative aspect of Universal Day 13, it directly conflicts with the dominant disciplined, stable, and process-oriented energy of Universal Day 4. Path to victory. Costa must somehow channel his explosive energy with precision. He needs to be aggressive but disciplined, cutting off the cage without lunging in wildly to avoid playing into Coria's strengths. Alden Coria record, 10-3. Born on April 24th, fighting out of Sacramento, California, Coria stands 5 feet 6 inches with a 68-inch reach, a fast, high-volume striker with excellent footwork and movement. Strengths: high-volume, technical striking, excellent footwork and evasiveness, solid takedown defense, good cardio and pace. Weaknesses: can be overly reliant on movement, untested against elite power punchers, can be drawn into brawls. Numerology edge. Coria's energy is powerfully and uniquely aligned for this specific day. His driver 6 is in perfect and harmonious alignment with the disciplined, strategic, and process-oriented energy of Universal Day 4. This will allow him to analyze Costa's aggressive patterns in real time, make perfect reads, and execute a technically flawless game plan. His life path 1 provides the assertive confidence to lead the dance, and his name number 3 provides the creative footwork and angles to stay elusive. His driver 6 ensures his strategy is responsible and self-protective. Path to victory. Coria must fully embrace his analytical. He needs to use his world-class footwork to maintain distance, use his jab to accumulate points, and make Costa's aggressive charges miss and pay the price. He must fight a smart, disciplined, and nearly perfect technical fight. Final prediction: reckless force versus technical perfection. Universal Day 4's energy favors the fighter with the most disciplined, intelligent, and process-oriented game plan. Coria's numerological profile is perfectly tuned for this type of cerebral battle. Costa's reckless energy will be his downfall. I'm Alden Coria to win by unanimous decision. His analytical mastery and technical precision will allow him to evade Costa's power shots, piece him up with volume striking from the outside, and win a clear decision by sticking to a disciplined, near-perfect game plan. Alden Coria, 70%. Alessandro Costa, 30%. Montserrat Rendon vs. Alice Pereira, numerology prediction and breakdown. At Noche UFC, a veteran meets a prodigy as the experienced Montserrat Rendon takes on the young phenom Alice Pereira. On a Universal Day, 4 fighters whose internal numbers align with this disciplined yet transformative energy will thrive. Will Rendon's experience and grit carry the day, or will Pereira's youth and athleticism announce a new era? Montserrat Rendon record, 6-1. Born on March 16th, fighting out of Monterrey, Mexico, Rendon stands 5 feet 7 inches with a 68-inch reach, a durable, gritty veteran with solid wrestling and fundamental striking. Strengths: veteran experience and cage savvy, solid wrestling and grappling defense, durable and possesses a strong chin, good fundamental technique. Weaknesses: can be outworked by more athletic fighters, limited offensive output, sometimes starts slowly. Numerology edge. Rendon's energy is powerfully and uniquely aligned for this specific day. Her driver 7 and personal year 1 create a powerful double resonance, fueling a deep mastery of technical perfection, strategic analysis, and calculated execution. 7 vibration is in perfect and harmonious alignment with the disciplined, process-oriented, and technical energy of Universal Day 4. Path to victory. Rendon must embrace her analytical mastery. She needs to use her veteran savvy to dissect Pereira's patterns, avoid early chaos, and implement a technically perfect, grinding game plan that neutralizes the youthful aggression. Alice Pereira, record, 6-0. Born on December 20th, fighting out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, Pereira stands 5 feet 8 inches with a 69-inch reach, a dynamic, athletic finisher with explosive power and slick submissions. Strengths: explosive athleticism and speed, dynamic striking and creative submissions, fearless, aggressive mindset, youthful recovery and cardio. Weaknesses: untested against veteran competition, defensive grappling can be raw, can be overly aggressive. Numerology edge. Pereira's energy, while explosive, is mismatched for the day's true nature. Her life path 3 and personal year 5 promote creative expression, freedom, and unpredictable action. On another day, this would be a strength. However, on Universal Day 4, this chaotic, high-energy style directly conflicts with the demand for disciplined, stable, and technical execution. Path to victory. Pereira must disrupt the day's energy. She needs to create immediate chaos, use her athleticism to force a wild engagement, and find a finish in the first round before Rendon's analytical energy can take over. Final prediction: technical mastery versus chaotic youth. The dominant energy of the day requires discipline and process. Rendon's numerological profile is perfectly tuned for this type of cerebral, technical battle. Pereira's chaotic energy will be her downfall. I'm expecting Montserrat Rendon to win by unanimous decision. Her analytical mastery, 7-7, will allow her to neutralize Pereira's aggression, dictate the pace, and control every aspect of the fight with veteran technique, leading to a clear and dominant victory on the scorecards. Montserrat Rendon 70%, Alice Pereira 30%.